Well, we're back here on the Championship Wrestling Alliance Wrestling Spotlight right here on the Tri-City CW4, and it's now time for another personality profile. As you see, I'm joined by former AWA World Heavyweight Champion Tony the Dragon Givens. Tony, we know what's coming up on May 30th, Kingsport Civic Auditorium, Coal Miners Glove match against Bo James. First person to climb the pole and gets the Coal Miners Glove can legally use it on their opponent.
Well, you know what, Matt? I've said it on TV before, my father, who passed away in September, he was a coal miner, and every day he went to work, I remember as a kid, every day he went to work, he tore up his body, he tore down his body, and every day he went to work, and he used that coal miner's glove to feed his family. Now, I didn't follow in the family footsteps. I'm not a coal miner. I'm a professional wrestler. My father, he always pushed me to be an athlete and to be the best that I could be. He used to say, you know what, you're Givens. And when you're Givens, number 2 is like this. And he would say it was bull. Number 2 is bull. Only thing that matters is being number 1. And you know what? I'm going to take that coal miner's glove, and I'm not going to feed my family with it. I'm going to take that coal miner's glove, and I'm not going to work with it. I'm taking the coal miner's glove into the ring. I'm putting it on my fist, and I'm going to hurt somebody.
Well, that somebody's going to be handsome Bo James, a guy that you've known for quite a while, a guy that trains you in professional wrestling, a guy that give you a break in professional wrestling. And right now you guys pretty much hate each other, and we've seen some classic fights, and he's burned you. You've broke his nose a couple of times. He's been left bloodied and battered. May 30th, Kingsport Civic Auditorium, Coal Miners Glove match, you and Bo James. I'm looking forward to that one. Also, later on that night in the main event, it's title versus title. Your best friend, Robbie Cassidy, National Heavyweight Champion, taking on the disciple of wrestling, Brian Logan. AWA title, or CWA World Heavyweight title on the line, and the National Heavyweight title on the line. You were the first World Heavyweight Champion from the area, from the Tri-Cities area. Robbie Cassidy is setting out to make it himself the second person to be world champion from this area. But also here as of late, and I've seen it, and I know you have as well, and I felt the wrath of it, Robbie Cassidy is a changed man. Your comments on that, Tom?
Well, you know, Robbie and I sat down a few months ago, and I said, Robbie, if you're going to be the world heavyweight champion, you've got to do whatever it takes. Now, I didn't know what that would entail. I didn't know that it would bring out a whole new side of Robbie Cassidy, but apparently it has. You see, Robbie, he's in a different mind frame right now. You see, Robbie's been the national heavyweight champion for the better part of a year. I mean, there's been times he's lost it and won it right back. He's been in the title scene for well over a year, really the last 2 years. And he's been the national heavyweight champion, and every single night he's defending his belt, night in, night out. 4 nights a week he defends that title. Now, Brian Logan, on the other hand, he wasn't defending the belt. He's sitting at home. He's playing it smart. Every 30 days, he knows he's got to defend the title one time. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you be a little frustrated if you were supposedly number 2 in a company, and you're the one defending your title night in and night out, and you see the guy who's number 1, he's defending his title once every 30 days. Let's think about that. 4 times a week, 4 weeks a month, that's 12 times a month. Sometimes more than that. As compared to guys defending it once a month, and that's not fair. Now, I think I'd be a little frustrated at that point too, and maybe that would make me a little angry, and maybe I'd have a little animosity towards that person who's sitting there poking fun at you because you're the one working your butt off, and he's the one taking it easy. Now, maybe Robbie Cassidy's awoken a side of Brian Logan that we haven't seen before, because now Brian Logan's taking that same mentality. He's working hard. He's working like we've never seen before. Robbie Cassidy is wrestling a better Brian Logan than I wrestled. But Robbie Cassidy, and mark my words, I don't care who it is, Robbie Cassidy is single-handedly the best wrestler in the Championship Wrestling Alliance. And I'm saying that includes myself, that includes all other people. Robbie Cassidy is capable of beating any man on any day. And I'm going to go on record right now. My personal opinion, friendship aside, because I've been in the ring with both of them, I'm going to tell you this. May 30th, Robbie Cassidy will be the world heavyweight champion. That's just the way I see it. I'm going on record. That's my official prediction right now as a former champion. And when he is, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to stick my hand out, and I'm going to shake my best friend's hand because he's accomplished something that only I've accomplished. He's being the world heavyweight champion from this area. And I'm going to be proud of him. Like I said, mark it down, Matt. May 30th, Robbie Cassidy's going to be the world heavyweight champion.
Well, come May 30th, there will be a new champion of somewhat. Title versus title. We'll see a new national champion or a new world heavyweight champion as Robbie Cassidy takes on Brian Logan title versus title. And this is Personality Profile, Tony. And once again, I thank you for joining me today. And I want to talk a little bit about some injuries you've had. I know you suffered a concussion back in 2006, and probably the debilitating injury of your career come on March 3rd of 2008 at the Championship Wrestling Alliance 4th Anniversary Spectacular, Kingsport Civic Auditorium, in a match against your best friend, Robbie Cassidy.
Well, you know what? The kind of injury that I had wasn't something that, wasn't a big spectacular move or some kind of highlight reel thing. It was just a regular step. I took a step and blew out my patella tendon. It's like a tendon is like a rubber band that connects bone to bone. I tore my patella tendon here right under my kneecap in half, and it shot up, and it looked like I didn't have a knee. I couldn't lift my leg up for 3 months, and that's not even counting the physical therapy and all the hours. And it could have happened anywhere. It's almost like people say things happen for a reason. I'm a true believer. People know out there, that about my beliefs, and I'll tell anybody if out there who wants to know about my beliefs. I'm a Christian. I'm the Christian faith, and I believe that God lets things happen to us for a reason. And I think that you can't look at the negative, because at the end of the day, even for every negative, there is a positive at the end of that road. And I believe this knee injury made me respect professional wrestling more, because they say you don't know what you have till it's gone. Well, I came close to having it gone. See, I took one step. It could have happened anywhere. It could have happened walking up the steps. It could have happened walking in the street. For some reason, God chose the time for me to learn my lesson was in the main event of our biggest event of the year against my best friend in one of the biggest, most hyped matches in championship wrestling history. I blew up my knee. I couldn't continue, and things went on and on. Robbie Cassidy, he took the Championship Wrestling Alliance and he carried on his back while I was gone. And I'm gonna tell you what, everybody stepped up. I don't make the Championship Wrestling Alliance. Not me, not Robbie Cassidy. No one man. It's a team effort. There's so many great talents in this promotion, and they all shined while I was out. When I came back, it was just even better. I came back, and maybe I'm not as fast as I used to be when I was a 17-year-old kid and people were cheering me on. Maybe I'm not as athletic as I used to be. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I've got more heart today than I've ever had. I'm smarter in the ring. I know what I'm doing now. I think about things more. I still take risks, but they're calculated risks. When I get in that ring, you see a better Tony Givens than you did when I was 17 years old. You see a better Tony Givens than you did before my knee was hurt. When I get in the ring now, you see the best version of me, and every time I go out there, I'll learn a lesson. Every time could be the last. And you know what? I think about years ago when I was a kid, sitting in the front row Civic Auditorium, and that Phil and Matt Rhodes, you were a wrestling fan growing up. You're watching the wrestling, and you're seeing your favorite guy get beat down, and there's that feeling in the pit of your stomach. You know what? Every time I look down and I see a kid, I'm thinking, maybe that kid feels the same way about me that I did when I was a kid watching these guys, that feel in the pit of my stomach. And I owe that kid the best match I can give him. And I owe those people the best match I can give them. And every night I go out there, that's what my goal is, to give those people the best match I can and give it to them like it could be my last.
Well, Tony Givens, you've overcome a lot in your career to become world heavyweight champion, which you lost it. We know that. But we know you're one of the toughest competitors in the locker room, and nobody takes your heart away from you. And we want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, buddy.
Here on the Championship Wrestling Alliance Personality Profile. And you can catch a new personality profile every single week right here on the Tri-City CW4. It's CW Wrestling Spotlight. Wrestling fans, we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this.